my friends. I'm back. I'm back in my office. Thrilled to be here, honestly. Smile on my face. I'm actually happy to be in here. How many people are that way, huh? When you have to go to work and you're just smiley and thrilled to be there. I mean, that's a good life, right? When you go into your office and you're like, wow, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy now. But that'll change really quickly. I'm happy because it's just me in my office, and then we have one girl in Sara. She's here. So it's nice. The day, man, isn't it crazy? When I work from home, the day just takes forever. It seems like there's 48 hours in a day. Here in the office, I got here at 10 and it's already 2. And I just really started getting involved in the mess that I need to get involved in here. Today is May 12th. I have not been in this office for nearly 2 months. Right about 2 months. It's about 55, 56 days, I do believe, if I've counted correctly. Just off a little bit. I think it was, I went into my first quarantine video. I made it from here about 56 days ago, 55 days, something like that. So, man, life's good when you can actually go to work. What do these people on welfare do who do nothing? I mean, how do you live to just sit and do absolutely nothing in your house all day? I would just rather perish, you know? Anyway, my friends, it's beautiful. No, it's not. I lied. It's not really a beautiful day outside. Let me show you here. Here, it's slightly chilly. Went from yesterday, it was really, really nice. About 80 degrees or 26 degrees Celsius. And today it's, you can see it's overcast and it's just slightly chilly. Most people have a jacket on. The city's not all that busy today. You can usually gauge what's going on in Serbia by how many people are at the cafe, because it's usually full. I think it's just because it's slightly chilly out. But let's look at my city today. Okay, isn't it pretty outside? Pretty view anyway from my office. Anyway, my friends, let's get to this. I'm doing a question and answer here. And let me just say something here. If you don't have to message me, send me an email or something, just please don't. Because I get feeling really bad when I don't answer, but I just don't want to get involved in a million things. People send me an email this big, and I don't even know how to start. I'm a nice guy. And some people are sending me like a list with 20 questions on it. I mean, what do I get out of this? Yes, I'm a nice guy. I make videos about Serbia. I talk about Serbia. I live here. But for me personally, maybe I'm just very different from you. But when I would never just message some random guy and send him 15 questions and say, yeah, can you answer my question? And then if I don't reply for 2 days, send me another one. Hey, you never answered my questions, I would never do that. I consider that being rude. To send some person, unless I give them something, or they're doing business with me, making money off me, why would I just send them a random list of big, long questions to have them devote their time to it, I think that's wrong. If you're going to send me a list of 15 questions, send me $6 so I can go smoke a nargila, okay? It's 600 dinara. Or send me $3 to buy 2 beers, okay? Don't just send me a list of 50 questions and expect me to just answer them immediately and upload them and edit a video and upload it, use all my free time, okay? Whew. Man, I'm rude, aren't I? One thing you'll get out of me is I'm an honest guy and I tell it like it is. I mean, if you don't like it, then don't message me a million questions. Don't message me at all. I seriously get so many messages, and I do appreciate most of them. I like to read them, but I hate to reply because it's a never-ending cycle. Do you guys understand that? Listen for just a minute. When you send me one message, it says, "Hey Charles, I think you're great. I love your videos here. I appreciate it. I watch it. I love that. It's wonderful, and I'm glad it's nice for you." And then I'll say, "Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. Have a wonderful day. Send." 2 minutes later, a reply from the same person. "Well, yeah, you're welcome, Charles. I'll probably be coming over there and here at this time, and I'd like to take you somewhere." "Okay, yeah, for schedules aligned, perfect. Thank you." Here comes another question or another message from the same person. Then I have 50 other people who are messaging, and it's just like this hole that I'm digging, and I can't get out of it, and I don't know how to deal with it, besides just ignore every message. And I don't want to do it, okay? So I'm going to go through this question here, this guy, and then I'm going to mention some of the other people who messaged me, so I received it and I appreciate you, okay? Now I'll probably never get another message ever because you're like, damn, this guy's an asshole. Anyway, this is from a guy named Giannis. Okay, Giannis, I'm being a nice guy here. I'm going to answer your questions here quickly. Giannis, he says, "Hey Charles, I just found your channel. I'm looking to relocate from Czech Republic where I live now. My questions are from my experience so far and what I would like to improve in my everyday life in a foreign country." Giannis, that name sounds Greek, kind of. Am I being stereotypical? I don't know. It just sounds Greek to me. But you're looking to improve your everyday situation from Czech Republic to here. Let me just tell you, Serbia is a great country for me. I have very different likes and expectations, and the way I live my life is very unique, than it is for some folks, okay? So if you have financial means to come here from Czech Republic, so be it. But if you're coming here to look for work or something, I would not do it, But anyway, let me just get to your questions here. You want to improve your everyday life by moving here. Question number 1. I know that I will not have a problem with English in Belgrade with young people. What about older ones? And also people in post offices, police stations, immigration offices, banks, in general in public sector. Are these places English friendly? Okay, when I answer questions, I'm answering on my opinions and my experiences here in Serbia for 10 years. In 16 days, it will mark the 10-year anniversary from the time I first stepped onto Serbian soil. May 28, 2010 is when I first got here, and that's 16 days away. But let me just tell you from my point of view here. English language. Back to expectations and my unique lifestyle. I'm 43. 95% of my friends are under 30 years of age. I like hanging out with younger people. I like to go to the bars. I don't have a wife. I don't have kids. I don't have that many extreme responsibilities, obligations in a given day. I do what I want. My responsibilities and my obligations are to please myself, to make my day worth getting up, to have enough money to travel to some random destination each year for my vacation, to visit every single country in the world here in the near future, and just to be a hedonist, because that's what I am, okay? Most of my friends are under 30. Why? Because this program that I've been involved with for 8 years here in Serbia, I deal only with young people. I deal with all the university students. On this program, you must be in university. You got to be under 28 years of age and over 18 years of age to go on the summer work and travel program. I know an ungodly percentage of the university age students in this country and folks who've recently graduated over the past 8 years. They invite me to their family's house to eat. They're not my friends here in Serbia. They're my family here, honestly. I hire these students for jobs. I find them second jobs. I find them housing. I prep them for their interviews with the embassy, with the employer. I spend time with them. I live with them in the USA. Every year I live with a group of 7 students and another 8 in the other house. And we're always together. We work together. We live together. We eat together. We go out together. We're family, okay? So my group, the vast majority of people I deal with on a daily basis are young. They all speak English, okay? Can you live in this country without speaking to young people under 40? Can you get by without speaking Serbian language? Do I look like I'm starving here? Do I look like I'm a hippie who can't get his hair cut because he doesn't speak Serbian? I dress nice. I have an apartment. I'm able to buy things, pay my rent, pay my bills, eat well when I have to go out in public and do things, okay? But to answer the question here, most folks over 40 years of age, the vast majority of them struggle or do not speak English at a very advanced level, okay? Why? Now, since the 80s and 90s, English is more important. Kids are little kids, and the younger the kid, the better the English. They're learning English from kindergarten here, you know. And back in the older days, it was Yugoslavia, and they were not learning English language. They were learning Russian, for instance, and stuff like that. Some people still do. I just bumped into an old lady yesterday. She was 70, and she spoke English. Where are you from? She heard me in the Prva. The lady from Prva and the cameraman were speaking English. Where are you from? You know, real nice old lady. She's perfect. She was in Milwaukee for a while. She has family, and so, I mean, you'll definitely find people who can. The public sector, as you asked. Police here, this is my opinion, and I don't mean to be offensive, but a lot of the middle-aged police officers do not speak English. A lot of times, I rarely go up to the police, but I've probably gone up to the police and asked a random question in a random city probably 3 or 4 times, and most of the time they say they don't understand you, or they do not want to speak to you. Yeah, that's what I would say. I mean, of course, there are some. I bumped into some in Zimun. They spoke English. I bumped into some here. I'm friends with some here, some in Niš. Police, they speak English. But just the vast majority, if you randomly go up to some random police officer that's my age, they're not going to speak English well. At the police station, you're forced to go to the police stations here and register. As a foreigner, when you move into Serbia, within 24 hours, you need to go into the police station and register to get a white card. It's a registration card for a foreigner. So there's always somebody in there that speaks English. The lady here in Novi Sad is very nice. She speaks English perfectly. Okay? So you can always have somebody. In the post offices, most of them are not very friendly. I noticed that. And a lot of them are older, and they just, I don't know, they probably have jobs through politics or something. No offense, but I think that's how it works here. And a lot of the older ones they don't even want to deal with you, you know. But there's always usually somebody younger if you're really persistent. Ne razumem ništa. You know, molim. Find somebody to speak English. Yeah, they'll find somebody that speaks English. You know, there's usually a real pretty young girl that usually comes over and can help you. Or some guy in the back that'll come out and help you with something. If you want to send a package or whatever, okay? You can make it work. But most of them are not all that friendly. Bus stations also, very few even try. I mean, they're miserable, a lot of them. I know some in there, so I'm not just judging the whole entire country, but the vast majority are not. You go to the bus station, do you speak English? Nah, Serbski. Stop. You know, there's always an information counter there, though, so you can go in there and get it. You know, I travel all the time by public transport, and, you know, I'm fine for 10 years. Immigration, of course. Immigration speaks English. They're always very friendly and respectful to me, Serbian customs people. Question 2. Besides the language, is it easy to integrate as an expat in Belgrade? Is there a big expat community there? Yes, there's a big expat community there. I, personally, I don't hang out with a lot of expats, you know. I hang out with the Serbians, you know, the Serbs. I much prefer to be around Serbs. Of course, I do have numerous foreign friends here. Most of them, though, are the students, the international. We have a lot of a medical school here in English language, so there's lots of foreigners here. Australians, one of my best friends, Norwegian, English, big, massive Palestinian community here. I'm friends with like 15 Palestinians. Some Syrians here who are studying. They're not refugees. They're here studying. One of them's a doctor here. He opened his own business. Libyans. I mean, there's some Americans I'm friends with. One that owns a business right down here. I mean, there is, you know. You can just Google Expat Community Belgrade. There's a Facebook page. I think I got out of it. I just get somewhat annoyed by expats. Sometimes you'll bump into expats who come from a wealthier family. They're here with, like, maybe their husband or their wife is a CEO of some multinational corporation. Maybe they're always posting something. I can never find this product here in Serbia. It's driving me nuts. What am I going to do without my blah, 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 blah? Deal with it, okay? Try something new. When I lived in Mexico, I never hung out with the foreign. I lived in a place called La Piedad. It's in the middle of Michoacan. Small, 200,000 people. Not small, same size as this. But I used to go into this bar all the time. And I was in this bar talking to the bartender, drinking. And he says, hey, there's some gringos over there. Do you want to talk to them? I said, no, not really. They're usually loud, especially if they're Americans, and annoying. And a few minutes later, one of them saw me. He saw the only other gringo in this whole place. He comes over. Hey, where are you from? Are you from the USA? Yeah, I'm from the USA. Where? I'm from Illinois. Oh, wow, yeah. We're from, I don't even remember where. I said, oh, yeah, nice. And he said, what are you doing here in this little town? I said, I live here. You live here? What are you doing here? They don't have this. They don't have that. They don't have good public. It's Mexico. It's the middle of Mexico in some random town. You know? What do you expect? If you expect them to have the same thing, if you're from Denver, Colorado, and you want every place you go to be like Denver, don't go anywhere. Stay in Denver, you know? God, those kind of things drive me nuts. So it's easy to integrate. All my friends are here. After 10 years, all my best friends are Serbian. They're easy to talk to. They're fun. They like to go out. But it can be, if you don't know a lot of people and you just randomly move here, to get into their bubble. A lot of the Serbians are in a little bubble, okay, with their friends. For instance, like in the USA, I don't know about Czech Republic, but in the United States, it's very common. We're open people. We're going to say hi, hey, how are you? How are you? Wherever you go down the street. Serbians, they don't do that. If you go to a bar, in the USA, you go to a bar by yourself. You go up there, sit at the bar, buy a beer. Your friend for the day is the bartender and whoever's next to you. You look over, hey, what's up, man? How are you? Maybe buy him a beer. Where are you from? What's up? You sit there for hours, talk to some random stranger. Here in Serbia, they don't go to the bar by themselves. You rarely see a Serbian go to the bar by themselves to speak to somebody. They always go in a group, and to get in their group can be a little bit difficult. But I'm a very nice social person. People like me for some reason. I'm easy to talk to. I'm friendly. So if you can't integrate here, I think it's your problem, you know. It's not the Serbian people's problem because they're very nice. Once you get to know them, you cannot find a better friend in the world than a Serbian, you know. If you're having a problem, I'll call one of my friends, and there's not one thing that he would not do to help me solve my problem, you know. I've never asked for money, but if money was an issue, they would find a way to help me. Emotional support is really important when you're a foreigner, away from your family, you know. My friends will sacrifice every bit of their personal time to sit with me. I'll say, hey, let's go talk then. Come meet me. We'll sit for 5 freaking hours, drink 5 beers, and just listen. They're the best people for that, you know. So once you integrate, you'll do well. If you're like me, last question. Oh no, here's another one. Is it acceptable to play a musical instrument and in general to be a bit loud in your flat there? You might have already done a video about this, blah, blah, blah. Send me the link if you have. Okay. Is it acceptable to play musical instrument here? I wish I would have made this video 20 minutes ago because it was a guy just out in the middle of the street playing an instrument, really loud, singing here in the center of the street. But I think people here are loud. In the apartments, they can be loud. I live right in the center of the city, so there's a kafana, a bar next door. It's always really loud. But when it comes to playing a musical instrument in your apartment, I mean, instruments here are important. A lot of people play the accordion, what they call a harmonica here. But I think people here are more understanding of loudness than they would be in the USA. USA people are going to call the police all the time. Here in Serbia, if you call the police for that, they probably wouldn't even show up. You call the police, hey, somebody's being loud. Some filthy thing, and they hang up on you. I think people are more probably understanding and acceptable of playing loud music and not going to call the police. I mean, people out in the middle of the street late at night. I mean, this is just a society that's more free in a way. I told you earlier, it sounds kind of contradictory because I said it's a very conservative society, but when it comes to things like that, I mean, old folks are more not as nitpicky, I think, with young people as they are in the USA. A lot of old people in the USA, they hear anything. Oh, call the police. Please come. Hey, sorry, they said you're too loud. Here, I mean, people are just constantly everywhere, in the middle of the street, 3 a.m, yelling, screaming. Okay, and that does it for this question and answer. I was going to go through some other messages. There's just too many, and I'll save it for a different day. I got to get out of here. I got to eat my lunch. It's late. I haven't eaten. And a hungry Charles is a bad Charles. Ciao, ciao, svima.